What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Turkey Chan. Today I got 3 t-shirts, Essentials, Supreme, and KITH, and we're going to compare these 3 t-shirts. First, let's start off with price. Essentials t-shirt, this is the core collection t-shirt. This will cost you $55. The Supreme for retail will cost you $45, and the KITH t-shirt will cost you $70. Out of all these 3 t-shirts, the KITH is the most expensive one, the Supreme is the cheapest, and the Essentials is right in the middle. So price, I would have to give it to Essentials. Definitely $55 will get you a nice sweet shirt, and they're still readily available. Check out PacSun, check out Essence. Whereas the Supreme t-shirt, although it's $40, you're gonna have to pay resale. It's gonna cost you about $90 on those popular resale sites. And the KITH, for $70, you get a similar quality t-shirt to the Essentials, but you're paying $20 more, which might put off some people. So for price, I'm going to go with Essentials. Next, we're going to move into the weight category. These are all black t-shirts. This Essentials one is in a medium. The Supreme one's in a large. And the KITH one is also in a large. We're going to weigh out these t-shirts just to see how much cotton you're getting per t-shirt. So let's get right into that. All right, so I got my handy dandy Amazon scale. All right, so first up, we got the Essentials t-shirt. This is from the core collection. Very fuzzy. So let's see how much this t-shirt weighs. Comes at about 260, which is pretty decent. Most of the time for a nice t-shirt, you want it above 250 or close to 250, especially when you're paying that kind of price. Next up, we got the Supreme t-shirt, the Supreme tonal box logo t-shirt. This comes in at about 200. I got some of it falling off. I'm gonna refold it, see what we get. 230, not bad. You know, lastly, the KITH t-shirt. Try to fold it up as best as possible. Bam. This guy comes in at about 270. So the KITH one is by far the densest t-shirt, followed by the Essentials, and then followed by your $40 Supreme t-shirt. So in terms of the heaviest t-shirt, KITH will be the one for you. It's the densest t-shirt. So in terms of weight, the KITH one wins, followed by the Essentials. Now construction. Take a look at all these t-shirts. They got a nice, sturdy collar. Look at the Essentials. The collar is very loose already after a couple wearings. Doesn't really retain its shape. You can see it's starting to wrinkle a bit, give you some of that bacon neck. Whereas the KITH t-shirt still seems to be holding up. Collar still looks good after multiple wearings. Still has some nice elasticity to it. Now we'll check out the Supreme t-shirt. Still has some rigidity in it. So overall, collar test, KITH and Supreme are looking pretty good. The shape is still there. But for some reason, my Essentials collar is beginning to bacon up, as you can see. All right, so I flipped all of these shirts out. The first one is the Supreme t-shirt. There you go, single tag. It's got a reinforced neckline, double stitched all throughout. And at the hem, also has that double stitch construction. It's a pretty standard construction for the t-shirt. And the cotton does retain its shape. Next, we're gonna look at the Essentials. Again, you got the double stitch on the collar, double stitched on the sleeves, and then at the hem, you also have the double stitched. So yeah, it's again pretty standard construction. Nothing out of the park here. Now, for the Supreme t-shirt, it doesn't have a side seam, whereas the Essentials does have a side seam. So in case you want to tailor it, it has that advantage over the Supreme t-shirt, where it's just a tubular design. So it's kind of tricky to tailor in the width of this guy. All right, now let's check the KITH t-shirt. Reinforced neck, double stitch, sleeves, double stitched, hem, double stitched, and you got a side stitch. Very nice construction. So yeah, I would give the construction to KITH and Essentials, and Supreme doesn't really have the best construction. All right, we're gonna move on to the feel of each t-shirt. So on body, I would say the Supreme t-shirt fits the most comfortable. It has the softest cotton blend and also the lightest weight, so it feels like you're wearing nothing at all. The Essentials t-shirt feels quite heavyweight. I love the tight neck collar, gives it a bit more of a cleaned up look. Not as breathable as a Supreme t-shirt, but does have that heavy duty feel, very boxy fit. And the KITH t-shirt fits in between the Essentials and Supreme. Soft, but not cheap feeling, kind of like the Supreme. Has that weight to it, but also has that softness in it. So for fit and feel, I would have to give it to the KITH t-shirt. It has a great mix of feeling heavyweight, but also feeling nice and soft. All right, next let's talk about the wash. So both of these, or all three of these t-shirts, I've worn about 10 times, and I've washed them every time I've worn them. And the KITH t-shirt definitely comes out holding its shape and color the best. No wrinkle collar, no fading of the color, no holes or no nothing. Supreme definitely has a lot of lint on it, as you can see, and as you can tell, this logo is kind of crooked after a couple washes. So I never dried these things. I just washed them and hang them, and you can see the Supreme is looking pretty beat after about 10 washes. Now we're moving on to the Essentials one. The Essentials t-shirt is holding up pretty well. I did notice some shrinking with this t-shirt and a lot of lint that forms around the flock of logos, and it's a little bacon neck that happens. But other than that, no holes or anything like that. No weird warping like the Supreme t-shirt. So for wash, I would have to give it to the KITH. The KITH is holding up quite well. All right, guys, I'm gonna throw these on and show you how they fit. All right, y'all, so here's my conclusion. Overall, I would say the Essentials t-shirt by Fairy God is probably the best t-shirt out of these three, and that's because it's the most balanced t-shirt. For $55, you get a 260-gram t-shirt with pretty good construction. You get the weight, and you also get a nice amount of hype. Go outside now, and you'll probably see some teenagers rocking that Essentials. This stuff is hot. And it's only 55 bucks if you get it on retail, right? That's the trick. You gotta get this on retail. But if you can't get it on retail, the next best thing is KITH. KITH has great construction, great durability, will last you 3, 4, 5 years. Colors doesn't fade, and it has nice minimal branding on most clothing pieces. And you can wear this even when you're older in your life. So, Supreme's pretty cool. I mean, you get it for the hype mostly, but you know, quality of the tee is not always there for this $40 tee. But yeah, guys, definitely.